I came here in 2021 over the Thanksgiving period in the US. And I had to miss that time with my family, but the opportunity of a lifetime came along whenever I was here. I came to speak for a conference with Outside the Box because that's our education platform that we have, that we believe in empowering people, not entitling people. And I had an opportunity to speak at 3 different churches over a 3-day conference at each one of them. So it was intense. It was just go, go, go. And the food is amazing here in Kenya and just Africa in general. If you got a good palate, just come. It's amazing. So, but I came here, and you'll get to hear from my friend Titus here in a little while. But he gave me a gift. And it's very customary whenever somebody comes from the US or visits that a gift is given. And he's going to share that story. But I want to expand on that story. I was so honored that people that I love to support and love on and encourage and build up wanted to give back to me. As leaders, as people that are impactors and influencers, people forget that they need encouragement too. So for them to think of me was such a gift.
I was not doing this. I was invited to, I had a guest, Roger, who came to visit me in church. And in that, what happened is that Roger, I gave him a gift of a shoe. And that gift turned up to be a miracle shoe. That's when I started doing the shoe. And Roger got interested of some of the pieces of them. And Roger told me to supply to him several pieces. And that's when I get it fully to the market, and I started personally. I trained for it. Actually, Roger paid for my training, and now I am fully trained to make the shoe from scratch until it's full finished product.
My journey with Roger begins way back in the year 2019 when Roger had visited our country, Kenya, for a meeting dubbed Kabod. So Roger came together with our spiritual father, Reverend Alfonso Wino, for the Kabod meeting, and we were there serving them. And he took notice of us. We were 3 of us, that is myself, Pastor Dickens, and Pastor Titus. And so since then we've been we've been together with Roger, and he's been of great help, and he's been also a blessing to us. In 2020, Roger took me back to school to go study bachelor's in theology, which I'm still pursuing even up to now. He has always made sure that my fee is paid on time. That has enabled me to do ministry in a way I never envisioned. In the sense that now I'm doing ministry from a different perspective, having learned quite a number of things in school on how to do ministry. It has really impacted me, and it has impacted even the very people that I'm leading in church.
We have had several meetings with him, engagements with him, mentorship programs with him, training sessions with him when it comes to matters regarding family, matters regarding business, matters regarding wealth creation. And it has been a great journey to see the impact that has been caused. I
run a catering firm going by the name Real Meals Catering Services. And so Roger came in, and he gave us capital to be able to do some stuff. And right now the company has grown. We've won, now we've just won for ourselves a 3rd tender. We had one for a school called Kinyago, Dandora Kinyago Secondary School. where we've been supplying them with meals, breakfast and lunch. And Roger played a part in that by giving us the capital to be able to do that. We also won a tender with the government during the elections, and so we were given a constituency to feed, whereby we were feeding 1,500 people every day for 10 days. And Roger too played a part in that. And right now, because of what we've been doing, we've been able to win another tender with an NGO, which we are scheduled to start the beginning of the year. So him coming into my life has been of a great blessing to me and to my family, and even to people who are looking up to me.
One of the things that we decided to do with Sal's Shoe Company, and Sal stands for Save a Life Shoe Company, because that's our mission. Our mission is to create shoes, empower people in the countries in which, and the cities and the communities where they're being made. We are going to help people be empowered locally. Whenever I come here to Kenya, or if I go to Lesotho, or I go to Cameroon, or I go to Ethiopia, or I go to Peru, or wherever in the world I go, I don't go with the intention of saying, hey, I'm going to give you money. I don't do that. I say, how are we going to empower you to be able to make money and be a pillar in your own community? Everybody wants to come to America. Everybody thinks they have to go somewhere else to be successful. Guess what? People can be successful in their own backyard. So that's been the entire purpose of my training, the whole reason why I continue to come here to Africa and to invest in the people that I love. So whenever tailors use their material for making clothes, they create scraps. And Vivian is a designer here that we got connected with just through connection, because I love to talk to people. And she told me her story. She said, Roger, I go to tailors and I say, hey, I want to buy your scraps. Don't throw them away. I want to buy your scraps and create something extra beautiful. So she has different things, from scarves that are very African design, from the scraps of material. She makes earrings, she makes cufflinks, bow ties, ties, I mean a whole set, lapels. So she's very creative in doing that, and we want to love on her and support her because of her vision and her tenacity to do this on her own. So we want to come alongside her and just blow her up.
My name is Grace Chepkemboi Kimtai. I'm the owner of Tribal Footwear and Clothing. We majorly focus on Ankara sandals, Ankara bags, beaded bags, viondos, anything with an African culture with it. My dream and my vision is to spread Ankara to the world. Anything Ankara sandal, Ankara bag, and all our products to penetrate the international market. That's it. And in our culture and our parents, when it comes to fashion, it's a no. Our parents really believe in the sophisticated jobs. You have to be a doctor, you have to be an engineer, you have to be a teacher, professor, something of the sort. So I had that passion from a young age, but I didn't know what to do about it. So 2016, 2013, I go to university. I major in natural science. I finished. I was in Eldoret. So I came to Nairobi in 2016 for my internship. I was in third year. So I had this bag, which was a gift. It was a designer bag. So the chain had a problem, and I was asking someone, my colleague at work, I was like, where can I get this fixed, because I really love this bag. I don't want to throw it away.
Yeah.
And she was like, there's this place called Kariakoo Market. You can go to Kariakoo Market. You can go there, maybe you'll find someone who can do it for you. That was my first time hearing about Kariakoo Market. Mm-hmm. So I came, it was raining, the place was so messy.
Yeah.
The place looked so messy, and I was like, no, I'm not going there, I'll just come another time. So I didn't go in that day, so I went back to work. I finished my internship, went back to campus, did my 4th year and graduated. So after graduation, that bag I never carried it, so I had it. So after my graduation, I'm like applying for jobs, looking for jobs, and I'm like, I really don't like being in an office. I really don't like being in an enclosed place from 8 to 5. That is not my thing.
That sounds like hell.
That is not my
That's what that
thing.
sounds like.
Yeah, it was not my thing. I came back to my cousin's place and I was like telling her, damn, I'm done with applying for jobs. I want to do something that I love. Then she was like, you know, home, they have this thing for white collar jobs. Will your parents be in sync with it? Then I was like, I'll just have to explain it to them. So I remembered my bag.
Remember the bag that started it all.
I think that was, it's like my destiny bag. I remember that bag and I was like, but there I have this bag. Let me go back to Kariako Market because the weather is good. So I came. So it was very hard in the beginning because of the financial part of it.
Right.
And the stigma, like I really didn't want my friends to find me there because now, you know, we've graduated. Most of them, they were lucky, they've gotten good jobs, ready driving good cars, and that place was like somehow not clean. It was kind of dirty. So it was hard for me in the beginning because first I'm not making the amount of money that I thought I would make after university. There's this financial challenge. I want this, but I don't have the money. So it was very hard in the beginning. I like to get more education. Once I achieve that, I'll come back, get a group of ladies, I empower them. We learn this thing together. We spread this work. I don't want it to be like me alone, because for now it's like me alone. I'm the only one doing it. I'm the only one. I'm the only lady doing this in Kara Sandals around here and in Kariako Market. So I want this thing to spread.
We have a number of material we use, and one of the material is, we call them here vitenge. And also we have different types of materials. We try to use the clothes we wear, we change them to use them to make them for the shoes, so that it can work twice. You dress it, and also you can wear at your foot, and it gives a good taste of a dressing coat. And also there's also part of other we use for tires, and the waist tires, the one that are wearing off, we use them to make the shoes. And also the inner part, you can see, is like we are doing recycling. Then the jeans that are worn off is what we use to make the inner part of the shoe. So in this market, this is where we make all these different shoes from different size and different type of shoes if anybody need them.
This sole is a recycled tire. Recycled tire. So this one is the, okay, we actually call it Sosa in Kenya. We call it Sosa because it's like the second layer of the tire, which is actually good. It's of good quality and actually more long lasting than the one that I've just shown you. So this is what you call Sosa. And it has a beautiful pattern actually. You know, it comes with different patterns, but this one is nice and it's very light.
So we're going to help people by getting them educated, and that's going to take money, and that's going to take opportunity for us to come together as a community and say, you know what, we're going to support people to empower people. After we have them go through school and they have their training, we're going to have another company that we are working with to support, to help continue the education and to start making shoes so that they can support their families. Here locally, they're going to be able to sell their shoes at retail. And then what we're going to do, we're going to buy them at wholesale, because by the time shipping happens, with having testing done and all the things that we have to do to import products, we're going to be paying basically retail price. But they still make a really good amount of money on them. So I want people to know that we're not buying wholesale and we're not cheating anybody. We are paying them a good, fair wage for doing what they do. But not only that, we're also supporting them in creating their business, buying all their equipment, buying the space that they need for leasing for 6 months, so that way they can start on a good foot. Because if they can make 200 shoes, that will give them a profit to be able to sustain themselves over and over and over again, to take care of their family, and then to also bring in more people to train and to help, so we can continue to expand that.
You get an order and you have no funds. You don't have enough funds. Like now you get an order, some people want you to deliver, then they pay in delivery point. So that one make it very hard, because you don't have the funds or enough money that you can produce enough number of shoes and deliver to the customer. So you have to use your own funds, you have to use your own money, so that you can be able to make the shoe, you deliver to the person, you use your own transport, and then when you deliver is when the customer pays you.
The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna bring them to the States, or we're gonna take them to Europe. And with the shoe designs, we have influencers and impactors that believe in this mission. Because I'm gonna tell you the mission, it makes my heart so happy to be able to say that this entire vision has come to pass because of how we can take fashion and design, how we can take capitalism, and we can empower people to be better for their families, for their communities, and for the kingdom. What we're gonna do is that we're gonna take these shoes and we're gonna take them to distributors, and we're gonna take them to people that want to be a part of this mission and this vision. And from the profits, we're gonna take 30% of the profits, and we're gonna give it to organizations that deal specifically in anti-human trafficking efforts. They not only help prevent, but they also have ways of helping people recover from those tragedies. I can't tell you the stories that I've heard will break your heart. And whenever you hear things and you're convicted about it, and you cannot not do anything. You have to act, you have to do something. And the fact that I have a gift for talent of making money, I have the talent of connecting people, I have the talent for making sure that things continue to move forward in people's lives. Because somebody says, hey, I need this. It's like, hey, here's your guy. I got you, let's get you connected. I got your guy, I got your girl, whatever it is. And we're gonna make sure you're connected so that you can improve your life, because that's what my calling is to love people and to help their lives be better. So we're gonna work with BDS, which is Beautiful Dream Society, and another organization that they're in collaboration with called Love Justice. And their whole mission is to help prevent human trafficking. And then whenever there are victims, every single day, there are millions of people a day that are trafficked around the world. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna help love and support them to help prevent those things, so that children and men and women can be safe. Because if we're able to help them have a job, that's gonna help prevent a lot of things from happening badly, because people are trafficked because of desperation. We're gonna have people share stories with you to kind of help continue the story. They could tell it a lot better than I can. The next organization we're gonna work with is Maisha Project here in Kisumu, Kenya. They have not only a school, but they have a medical clinic, and they feed thousands of children every day out of the generosity of Oklahomans and people inside the US and around the world. What we're gonna do is that we're gonna help and come alongside them to help them do their feeding programs. Because if children are able to eat, they're able to think. If children are able to think, then they can learn. If children can learn, it's gonna change their future. So that's how we're gonna come alongside them. And the last way we're gonna help is we're gonna help bring missions into our circle that are engaged in kingdom building. Whether that be through discipleship, whether that be through revivals, whether that be through revivals, or other means of kingdom building. So I want to just let you know that that's the whole reason and purpose behind what we're doing. The other amount of profits that we're going to have are going to help to continue to expand and take care of all the logistics and all the staff that we're going to have to continuously build and make this be something wonderful. So I hope that you can be a part of this, and I hope that this video is something that you can watch and be inspired. And even if you're not inspired to come and be a part of our mission, to be a part of what we're doing, I hope that your mind is thinking of ways that you can help serve others that are in need. But not just in need to give them a fish, but to give them a fishing pole, to help teach them how to live a continuous life of being better and not dependent. Because we don't want to entitle anybody else, we want to empower people. So I hope you can come and join us on our mission.